friends, it's Nia. Welcome to Life with Nia. It is time for our first budget of the year. So in this video, we are going to go over the January budget, which includes income, expenses, business expenses. I will touch on cash envelopes, but there is a separate video already up for the cash envelope stuffing. Also included in the discussion is sinking funds, debt and the debt payoff for the month, savings and savings challenges for the month, and goals. So this is my month at a glance. I'd sort of gotten away from, I was like filling it out, but then not filling in what the bills were. So trying to just reset and get back to doing this again. And I do two different like colors or art to distinguish between what is a personal bill versus a business bill, but I also do still have the business what is the word I'm looking for? The business not binder, but planner. I have a separate business budget planner where I keep all of that information. I like to have that to pull when I'm getting ready to do my taxes or anything related to like business expenses or looking up that information. I like having it separated out, but I also like to see like comprehensive everything here. So I have both listed here. So let's look at income first. And for income, I did get a not raise. It's not a raise. It's like cost of living adjustment. So it was a 3% increase on my gross salary. By the way, I will not be getting a raise because I'm maxed out. So we're going to have a few these what we call GSI, cost of living adjustments. This one was effective in July, but they didn't agree on a contract until late September, and then it took another 3 months for them to implement it. So I got back pay, I believe in November, which I would have shared in that budget video, but then they taxed it at like 52%. So I like got $300. I don't know. It was some small ridiculous amount after all was said and done. Then it's so confusing to me, and I said this in the last video too, like you just really don't know what your pay is going to be. I said this in during my budget series, like you don't know until you check. So I could estimate, however, there's other factors coming into it. So it was 3% of my gross, which would have been a $245 difference. For my take home, it's $146 difference. So that includes all of the taxes and things. Now, we're paid in arrears. So the paycheck that I received on January 1st is for the work I did in December. However, effective January 1st, health premiums went up, which makes me think if it's effective January 1st, I shouldn't see it in my paycheck until February 1st because it's effective January. But for whatever reason, it's in my check now. So my health premium went up 11.5%. It went from $964 and 15. It went from $852 and 68 cents to $964 and 15 cents. So it's $109.47 that it increased. We also have this thing called OPEB that we pay, which is basically pre-funding your health premiums in retirement because they don't have enough money in the pension fund. So that went up 0.5% as well, which is why the increase that I saw was only $146. Now, they increased the healthcare premiums in this check despite it being for December work. However, I don't know if I'm going to get the healthcare stipend or not because that comes back effective January 1st as well. because they do things so convoluted. I don't know if I'm getting that now or if I won't see that until February. You would think now, because you're charging me the increased health premium now, but I just know how they play. So I have question mark for a reason, because I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not. So anyways, that's that. Okay, so then I looked at Etsy and what I expect to receive from Etsy. When I did my annual budget, my annual business budget, on average, what I receive is about 4,200 a month. Now that is what Etsy pays me. It doesn't include the amount that I take out for taxes. So when you factor the taxes in, I'm probably getting about $3,450. So I sort of estimated that as well. 4,600 and then $3,450. And so this is new for me trying it this way. I usually try to base like what I'm getting each week based on sales and different things that are happening, but we're going to try it out and see if it works out better this way. I don't know. We'll see. It's new year, new budget, new things. And so we're trying some things. And if they don't work, then we will go back to the way that we previously did them, because those are tried and true. YouTube. I have not had a YouTube payment, I believe, since October. So I will have I think September. I have 3 months coming. So October, November, December. 165. YouTube, you have to hit $100 for them to pay you out. So I was just shy of it. I was in the 90 range. So now we'll receive that this month. And then I just estimated a low amount of $20 from 31. That's paid out twice a month. I put down just the student loan sinking fund. We'll talk about sinking funds in just a moment. Because if I have to make a payment this month, which I don't know that I will, it's going to come from the sinking fund. This would be my last payment in January. So, the reason I say I don't know is because I got an email from them yesterday, which it probably would have been helpful if they had sent this in September, but I received it yesterday, which would have been January 2nd, saying, hey, we messed up. It literally kind of said this. We're supposed to notify you at least 21 days before your payment's due. We didn't do that. No, you didn't. And so because we didn't do that, we've placed you in administrative forbearance and no payment is due. Yeah, I know. This is literally the first notification that they've given me. No payment is due from September through December. And you're at 0% interest, and you still receive credit each month for public service loan forgiveness. Okay. I mean, I knew all this because I already called. But what I found interesting about that was they sent me that on January 2nd. I'm recording this on January 4th. My payment, no, I take that back. I'm recording this on January 3rd. My payment is due on January 25th. I still have not been notified that my payment is due January 25th. Like, I've got nothing. So they've got 1 day, maybe 2 if I'm being generous, to do that. My understanding is actually they're supposed to notify you at least 6 times before the payment's resumed. I got 0. So we'll see. I just want to be done. January is it for me. So they can do whatever they want to do, but they're not going to be a continuing line item in my budget after January. So that's that. Okay, expenses. We've actually paid a few of these. So we paid for our home $1,875, and I did not pay anything on utilities because I haven't received any utility bills. So I just keep sticking that to my sinking fund. That's water, sewer, and trash. I do need to pay electricity and gas. I did pay car payment, $523.31. I am Navy Federal is $30. I don't know what the minimum is for the Venture and the Chase Amazon card. That's the 0 and the 1.9%. I've got a goal to pay $650 and $400, which far exceeds the minimum due because I'm trying to pay those off before that promotional APR ends. Schools Financial is both that and Discover. There's nothing due. Those are the cards that I placed the furniture on from IKEA and the printers. But I do have a goal to pay those off this month. T-Mobile and Hulu is $176.74. HBO Max is $299. I did pay. It comes out on the first, cloth and paper, and so I have two. I'm still receiving 2 boxes, and because I have a lot of Lux Bucks, that was $79.30 for 2 boxes plus the Pinspiration. I'm also grandfathered in on one of my boxes at a lower rate. Nora's Cove, that's my budget box, was $35. And then we've got PayPal, tax, and I actually need to put on here. I think I actually have it on the other page. This is a loan payment, $116.74. I've got the Mohila here of $526.63, which is going to come from the sinking fund. I did my sinking funds / cash envelopes. That was $1,175. I transferred over to savings $150 for insurance. That's both for car and home insurance. I pay that every 6 months. And then I transferred over $175 for utilities once I received the bills for the water, sewer, and trash. For business expenses, nothing has come out yet. I did make one purchase, however, which was Vistaprint. Since they're having a sale, I purchased my business / contact cards. So that was $124.79. These are the cards that I place in every order, and I probably purchased enough to last me about a year. So on here, Design Studio is one of the subscriptions for art. That's $7.99. The printer that is $27.18, I did cancel that yesterday. However, I think I will still have to make one more payment. My test, if you've been following, I did a test. So I purchased the new printer. Everything was printing great. Quality was amazing. When I ran out of ink that was included in the box with the printer, I started using the instant ink, and we went back to shoddy quality. So I purchased ink outside of the instant ink. I purchased ink at the store, and it arrived yesterday, and I tested it out, and we are back to amazing quality. So it is the ink that they are sending me. I don't know if it's the volume that I print, and so they're just like not making any money off of me, so they send me crappy ink. I don't know what the issue is. However, I was doing a little research and saw that there are some class action lawsuits, so I'm not alone. In any case, I canceled that. I'm definitely probably going to pay more for ink purchasing it this way, but it's like a non-negotiable for me. I need to have good ink. I do still have the instant ink on the other printer, and I'm going to leave that alone for now. Where I really will kind of see where I stand is when I get into printing for the Sesh Box. And then the 1521 is for my laser printer, and I'm going to keep the instant ink on that because it's not a big deal. It's primarily, I would say 85%, maybe 90% of what I print on that printer is receipts. The other 10 to 15% is when I am printing to do foiled stickers. Other than that, that printer is it's not, I don't have a quality issue on that one as well. That's actually toner. It's not ink. So it's a little bit different. I'm good on Canon ink right now, so nothing's going to that. $6.99 for Microsoft, $2.99 for Apple, which is storage, $57 for the subscription box subscription, $30 for QuickBooks, $9 for templates. Gold City is also a template, printable template. Gold City and JMC, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. We'll put a little asterisk, see if I'm going to cancel those or not, which would cover my ink cost. $71.75 is for Xfinity, which is my internet. Art is to be determined. I do kind of need to give myself a budget for art, though. And the same thing with Seshbox. I am going to start making purchases for things for Seshbox for spring, which I think, I don't have it written here, but it's either a late February, early March date. Okay, so then for cash envelopes, there is a video with cash envelope stuffing, so I'm just going to briefly tell you. We stuffed 1,175, and we do have a few new categories. I started contributing to birthday again. So my birthday is in June. So we're going to save for 6 months. And then I started contributing to Costco. Costco is either due this month or it's due in February. So I will be paying that. And then I will be saving this year for next year. I also added in self-care. I've had a self-care fund and I saved for it through the savings challenges, but I'm going to do a dedicated amount because one of my goals this year is to do a quarterly self-care activity. So self-care was added in, and then I am saving for a garden because I want to do a garden this spring. So that is a new category as well. So in total, $1,175 was stuffed in our cash envelopes for January. Additionally, I sent $175 over for the utilities, the $150 for the insurance, and then $30 for Shopify. That was an electronic transfer. For sinking funds, this month, I anticipate taking money from out of my taxes sinking fund to pay quarterly taxes. I will be pulling money from Petey's sinking fund to pay his subscriptions, his medication, his prescriptions. And this is a month where I have to do all three of them, so it's a little bit more expensive. It's somewhere around $100 to $110 for all three. So that will come out. I will do a little bulk shopping. I get Petey's meds at Costco, and so while I'm there, I do have a few things I need to pick up. And then I also may need to pay the Costco membership, so that I've got $70 set aside. I think it's $55. It may be $60. And then I will pull that final student loan payment if I need to from that. If I end up being on forbearance for another month, it's still my last month, and I will use that $525 to put towards debt. Speaking of debt, let's see. We have our debt set up here, and so if you saw December's closeout, we closed out December with $18,257.54 in what I have always referred to as focus debt because it doesn't include my student loan debt. However, this is, I mean, really come the end of January, this is really it. So I did add in some debt because in December I purchased furniture at IKEA. That was $1,024.94. It was some furniture and a few accessories. So if you've ever seen like the Calex shelving, you can buy like drawers and different things for those. You can make one shelf, two shelves. those types of things. I also purchased, purchased 2 printers, and that was on the Discover card. And then I purchased a mat for one of the things that I purchased at IKEA was a sit stand table. It is a 63-inch long, so a little bit over 6 foot table. And then it's about 3.5 inches wide, and it's electronic sit stand. When I was packing orders for the Advent, I was bent over for planner slash box. The last 3 years, I've been bent over a folding table packing these orders, and it gets painful after time. To be able to stand at this table and not be hunched over has been life-changing. So, worth it to not be in pain. I purchased a mat to go over the top of it as well. And then I purchased these tension mats to stand on to alleviate the pain from standing for long periods of time. So that was $1,024 and $523. So those are 2 new things. My goal is to get those paid off this month. I may not get that furniture paid off this month, but that is the goal. The Venture and the Amazon card are 0% and 1.99% respectively. And then we've got $813 left on Navy Federal, $507 left on PayPal, nothing owed to Klarna, $928 owed to Afterpay, $1,925 owed to this loan payment. And then my car has $4,996 left, and it will be paid for in September, if not sooner. So we're starting out January 1st with $18,257 and 54 cents. And the goal this month is to get that down to $17,000 or less. So we're going to try to pay down $1,257. For savings, I am still kind of trying to figure out what I want to do for savings challenges. So we've already done the 100 envelope savings challenge for, what month are we in? January. Still doing my weekly savings challenge videos. We pulled numbers. We saved $494 for the 100 envelope. This coming Friday, so I always film those savings challenge videos on Friday, and I post them on Saturdays. This coming Friday, we will do our first Zero Out savings challenge for the year. And then I am going to do 2 different savings challenges this month. I'm trying to, nothing sounds exciting to me. I don't know why, but I went ahead and did the Budget Moms Savings Challenge for January, which is to actually pick a 5-letter word. I did my word of the year, which is 7 letters, so I did magical, and that is going to be $46, and you'll see that in that video. And then I picked this one from the Baddies and Budgets Simple Savings Challenges. This was included in that Baddies and Budgets Advent. And so I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I probably will do this one for a couple of months, and then the total, if you complete it, is $608. I picked this 4s challenge because it's like the year 2024. I just thought it would be fun to do 4s, so we will see how we end up working with this one. Then, I'm probably going to do the 52-week and Saveopoly and, of course, $5 bills, and we'll go from there. For my goals for the month, I have a goal to track expenses. Like I said, I want to get the debt to $17,000 or less, so that's paying down $1,257. I want to bring in $6,000 in revenue this month, pay off the IKEA furniture, pay off the printers, save $750, add $500 to my Roth IRA, add $500 to my solo 401k, pay $550 to the Amazon card, which is the 1.99%, and pay $881 to the Venture card, which is the 0%. So those are my goals for January 2024. And that is January. So that is what I have set up. I think I've got a fairly solid plan. let me know if you've got your January budget set up and one of your financial goals for this month. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here for a January mid-month check-in, somewhere around the 15th or so of January. Hope you're having a great month, and I'll see you next time. Bye.